This morning, you do not repeat phrases, you install inner laws. Good morning, my friend. I am Napoleon Hill, and I have returned to remind you of a truth that never grows old. Your thoughts are causes, and your days are their effects. You were not born to drift upon the tides of chance. You were born to command the currents. Before the world speaks to you, let me speak to you. There exists a precise architecture of achievement, a set of principles proved in the furnace of enterprise and character, 13 of them, 13 timeless instruments, capable of shaping a life from confusion into clarity, from scarcity into abundance, from faint desire into definite attainment. I will not flatter you with easy promises. I will give you a method, a definite chief aim to focus your mind, faith. Not as a word, but as a working power that turns belief into enterprise. Autosuggestion to engrave new commands upon the subconscious. Specialized knowledge to make your usefulness unmistakable. Organized imagination to design the results you dare to claim. Planning so your hours obey your purpose. Decision so doubts are dismissed at the door. Persistence so obstacles become raw material. The mastermind so you never toil alone. Transmutation so desire becomes production. The subconscious mind so your nights build your days. Controlled attention so your focus becomes fortune. And the sixth sense, the quiet counsel that appears when you have earned it. These are not ornaments. These are laws. When you adopt them, you cease to hope and begin to govern. You cease to wait and begin to work with invisible allies that never tire, clarity, discipline, courage, and vision. Today we begin not with wishes, but with authority. You will speak to your mind and it will answer with action. You will hold one desire in the grip of your imagination until circumstances rearrange themselves to salute it. Your environment will no longer dictate your direction. Your direction will transform your environment. Give me your full attention and a willing spirit. Listen to this message from beginning to end for 7 mornings. Do not argue with it. Apply it. Repeat it until the words cease to be words and become instructions. 7 days of disciplined listening can do what 7 years of wandering cannot. Install a code of conduct within you that compels results. Make your decision now. Refuse to be casual about your future. Stand up in the dignity of your own mind and say, I will be definite. I will be directed. I will be persistent. I will be guided. Then follow me. We begin. The first declaration is, I move today with a definite purpose, not a wish, not a passing hope, a definite chief aim. Most people drift because they never decide. Their desires are fog, changing with every breeze of opinion. But the man or woman who fixes a single purpose and moves toward it with all his heart becomes a magnet. Circumstances, resources, and people begin to arrange themselves around that fixed point of will. So I ask you now, what is it you truly want? Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. One aim, one vision, one outcome that makes your heart rise and your spirit ignite. Name it in your mind. See it written in bold letters before you. Feel the firmness of your signature below it, the contract between you and destiny. Repeat after me, aloud or within your mind. I move today with a definite purpose. My goal is clear. My intention is unwavering. Every step I take aligns with my chief aim. The world bends to serve the clarity of my direction. You are no longer a wanderer. You are a designer. The moment you choose one clear objective, you summon invisible allies. You stop scattering energy and begin to channel it like a beam of light through a lens. Now visualize, you stand before a great sheet of parchment, in your hand a pen of gold. On that page you write your purpose, only one line, precise and powerful. You sign your name beneath it. As the ink dries, it glows with quiet fire. This is your covenant with yourself. See it, feel it. Let that image burn behind your eyes. Every morning from this day forward, your feet will know where to walk, because your mind knows where to go. You now possess what 99 out of 100 never claim: a definite purpose. Guard it, repeat it, live it. When you declare your intention publicly, you seal it. You move it from thought into form. That's how every great idea is born. First in the mind, then in the world. So write it below. Let the universe witness your decision. Type these words in the comments. I am ready to receive. Don't whisper it. Don't postpone it. Declare it. Because the moment you do, every invisible force that has been waiting for your command will begin to move in your favor. The second declaration is my faith directs my actions, and my actions confirm my faith. Faith, in its purest form, is not belief without evidence. It is action in advance of evidence. It is the unseen bridge between your desire and its fulfillment. Without applied faith, even the strongest intention remains imprisoned in thought. But when you move with faith, you command life to follow. Most people wait for proof before they act. The wise act first and let proof appear as the echo of their conviction. Faith does not beg, it declares. It does not hope, it knows. It is the quiet confidence that says, I have already received, even when the outer world has yet to show it. Now speak this truth with authority. My faith directs my actions, and my actions confirm my faith. I do not wait for signs. I become the sign. I act as if my success were certain, and certainty follows my action. The invisible world responds to the boldness of my belief. Feel these words move through you. Let them take root. For every time you act with unwavering faith, you engrave a new pattern in your subconscious mind, a pattern that insists upon victory. See it now. You walk along a dim road at dawn. Each step forward lights the ground beneath your feet. There is no hesitation, no fear, only a steady rhythm of certainty. Behind you, the road glows golden, proof that the path was always there, waiting for your movement. This is applied faith, belief expressed through deliberate motion. It is the law that transforms ideas into results. When your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions speak the same language, the universe must answer. The third declaration is my mind obeys what I repeat with conviction. Your mind is a fertile field. Whatever you plant in it, whether seed or weed, will grow without question. The soil never argues with the sower. It only returns what is placed within it, multiplied and matured. Autosuggestion is the daily act of planting with purpose. Most people use it unconsciously, repeating phrases of limitation. I can't, I'm tired, I never get a break. And the mind, obedient as always, makes those words law. But the disciplined mind speaks with intention, and what it speaks, it becomes. You must therefore become the guardian of your inner dialogue. Every thought, every sentence you repeat is an instruction to your subconscious, the silent engineer of your destiny. Now declare with certainty, my mind obeys what I repeat with conviction. Every word I speak writes the code of my reality. I choose thoughts that strengthen, not weaken. I am the master programmer of my subconscious mind. Feel the power of these sentences. They are not wishes, they are commands. Say them as if you were engraving them on stone, because in truth you are engraving them upon your spirit. Now visualize you stand before a vast control panel filled with levers and switches. Each represents a belief, a habit, a pattern. You reach forward and pull down one lever boldly, labeled power. Lights ignite across the board. You turn another switch, clarity. A surge of light fills the room. Every word you've spoken begins to pulse through that system, rewriting it, upgrading it, aligning it with success. This is the essence of autosuggestion. Repetition backed by conviction. You do not wait for the world to tell you who you are. You tell the world who you have decided to be. And remember this, the mind does not operate on truth, it operates on repetition. Speak your greatness often enough, and your mind will accept it as fact. And when it does, life will obey in perfect rhythm. The fourth declaration is each day I deepen a skill that multiplies my value. Knowledge in itself is not power. Power comes only when knowledge is organized, specialized, and applied toward a definite purpose. The world does not reward those who know many things vaguely, but those who know one thing thoroughly and use it well. You cannot build a fortune with scattered learning. 1,000 unconnected facts are like dust in the wind, visible yet powerless. But a single idea, mastered and directed with precision, can move mountains, transform industries, and create empires. Every day must therefore become a day of sharpening, a day in which you strengthen your one instrument of excellence, your chosen craft, whether it is the skill of leadership, of creation, of negotiation, or invention. Whatever your field, become indispensable within it. Make your knowledge so definite, so refined, that the world must come to you for it. Now speak these words with calm authority. Each day I deepen a skill that multiplies my value. I study with intention and apply what I learn immediately. My knowledge is not for storage, but for service. What I master today becomes my prosperity tomorrow. See this now in your mind. You stand within a great library. Endless shelves surround you, filled with books and manuscripts. As you walk, one book glows softly. It bears your name on the spine. You pull it from the shelf and open it. Inside are the principles, formulas, and lessons you have chosen to master. You begin to read, and as you do, the words lift from the page and enter your mind like light, illuminating every corner of your understanding. This is specialized knowledge, the kind that builds wealth, influence, and confidence. It does not come by accident or by wishing. It is earned through focus and daily discipline. Remember this law: the man who learns a little of everything remains a servant. The one who perfects one thing becomes a master. And mastery, when joined with purpose, becomes fortune. The fifth declaration is, I see the result and design the bridge. Imagination is the workshop of the mind. It is there that every plan, invention, and empire is first built, long before it takes form in the world of matter. Every structure, every system, every revolution was once a simple vision in one person's mind. The dreamers of the past were not idle thinkers. They were architects of possibility, who dared to give shape to the invisible. To imagine is not to escape reality. It is to command it. The ordinary man waits for conditions to change. The Creator sees the finished picture first, and then constructs the road toward it. Imagination is the blueprint. Action is the construction. You must therefore train your imagination as an engineer trains his hands. Let your thoughts become instruments of design, not of doubt. Every vision that you hold with clarity and persistence must eventually clothe itself in form. Now speak with conviction. I see the result and design the bridge. I do not wonder if it is already real within my mind. My imagination is disciplined, precise, and creative. Every detail I see clearly becomes a step in my reality. Now visualize this moment. Before you stretches a great chasm, vast and deep. On the other side stands the life you desire, the home, the freedom, the mastery, the peace. For a moment, the distance seems impossible. But then you close your eyes, and in that stillness, a bridge begins to appear, stone by stone, beam by beam, each one representing a decision, a plan, an act of courage. You take your first step, and the bridge strengthens beneath your feet. You realize the bridge was never built by chance. It was built by faith and imagination working as one. Remember this: what the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Every great achievement begins not with resources, but with vision. The power to see the end and then design the path is the secret of all creators. And you, by this declaration, have joined their ranks. The sixth declaration is, my daily plan translates dreams into tasks. No castle was ever built by dream alone. The dream provides the direction, but the plan provides the structure. Every great vision must be broken down into steps, clear, deliberate, measurable. Without a plan, even the brightest imagination dissolves into vapor. But with one, the invisible becomes visible, the abstract becomes attainable, and the dream becomes destiny. Organized planning is the bridge between thought and action. It is the method by which vision takes on muscle and movement. Each morning, as you wake, your mind is a battlefield between distraction and direction. The man who plans wins. The man who drifts waits for luck. You must become the general of your own army of hours. Assign every minute a purpose. Know not only what must be done, but why it must be done. A dream without a schedule is a wish, but a dream translated into daily effort becomes law in motion. Now declare with calm power: my daily plan translates dreams into tasks. I organize my hours with intention and discipline. Each task I complete brings my vision closer to life. My plan is the map that turns desire into destiny. Now close your eyes and visualize. Before you lies a grand wooden desk. Upon it rests a single sheet of parchment, your plan for the day. Each line contains not chaos, but order. Every task written there burns with purpose. You take a deep breath, sign your name at the bottom, and feel the ink dry like a seal of commitment. Around you, the fog of uncertainty clears. The path is visible now, step by step, hour by hour. This is the art of organized planning, the discipline that separates the dreamers from the builders. The world is filled with those who wish. It rewards those who plan and act. Remember this truth. A well-built plan is a silent promise of success. It whispers to the universe, I am ready for results. And the universe, always obedient to clarity, replies, then let it be done. The seventh declaration is, I close the doors to doubt and move forward. Indecision is the silent thief of greatness. While most men wait for certainty, opportunity passes them by. The successful man understands that delay is more dangerous than error. For a wrong decision can be corrected, but hesitation kills momentum, faith, and spirit. Every day, life presents crossroads. At each one, fear whispers, wait, but destiny only answers to those who say, now. The act of deciding is the act of creation itself. Each decision is a command to the universe, a declaration of power, and a signature of leadership. Do not consult your fears when choosing your path. Consult your purpose, for fear will always vote for safety, while purpose will always demand progress. The man who decides quickly and firmly walks in strength, while the one who wavers walks in circles. Now speak with full conviction. I close the doors to doubt and move forward. My choices are guided by faith, not fear. Every decision I make sharpens my destiny. Hesitation ends where my courage begins. Now see this within your imagination. You stand before a long corridor lined with countless doors. Each one bears a label. What if, maybe later, someday. But only one door glows with light. You walk toward it, grasp the handle, and pull it open. Behind it lies movement, life, energy, clarity. As you step through, the other doors vanish into darkness. There is no turning back, because you have chosen your path. This is the power of decision. The moment you cease to drift and begin to direct, the weak wait for signs. The strong create them. The mind becomes disciplined only when it knows that every choice is final, that every yes closes 1,000 maybes. Remember this, your destiny advances at the speed of your decisions. The longer you wait, the smaller your life becomes. But when you decide, firmly, fearlessly, and with faith, the entire world rearranges itself to make your choice reality. The eighth declaration is, I am more persistent than any obstacle. Persistence is the test that separates the wishers from the winners. It is the iron quality of character, the unbreakable will that refuses to bend, even when the path grows dark. Every man desires success, but only the persistent earn it. For while talent sleeps, persistence continues. While luck fades, persistence builds. When you refuse to quit, the universe must eventually yield. Every great achievement in history has been purchased by endurance, the kind that endures criticism, failure, fatigue, and delay without surrender. The world belongs not to the brilliant, but to the relentless. There will be days when progress feels invisible, when the mountain does not seem to move. Those are the sacred days, the days that forge your strength in silence. For every no you overcome, every failure you outlast, becomes fuel for the fire that cannot be extinguished. Now declare with unwavering faith, I am more persistent than any obstacle. No delay can break my focus. No rejection can weaken my will. I endure, I continue, I conquer. Now visualize. You are climbing a steep and endless hill. The wind lashes against your face, and the weight of your journey presses on your shoulders. Many before you have turned back, whispering that it's too far, too hard, too long. But you keep climbing. With each step, your legs grow stronger, your breath steadier, your resolve sharper. And then through the mist, the summit appears, not because it moved closer, but because you refuse to stop walking. Persistence is the invisible hand that shapes miracles. It is the unseen force that bends fate in favor of the determined. Every setback, every hardship, every closed door is simply another test of endurance, a question asked by life itself. How badly do you want it? And when you answer, not with words but with continued effort, the answer echoes through the universe. I will not stop. Remember this eternal truth. Persistence always outlasts resistance. The man who keeps moving, even by inches, eventually reaches distances that the impatient never see. The ninth declaration is, I surround myself with minds that multiply my vision. No man rises alone. Every empire, every invention, every movement that shaped the world was born from the union of powerful minds united by a single purpose. The principle of the mastermind is not merely cooperation, it is the creation of a higher intelligence, a collective mind greater than the sum of its parts. When two or more minds harmonize around a common goal, they generate a magnetic field of thought that attracts ideas, people, and circumstances aligned with that vision. The weak surround themselves with comfort, the wise surround themselves with power. Guard your circle as you would guard your fortune. Every conversation plants a seed. Some grow fruit, others grow weeds. If you walk with doubters, your faith will rot. But if you walk with builders, your courage multiplies. Seek out those who challenge you to rise, who speak of vision, discipline, and destiny. The right minds do not compete with yours. They complete it. Now declare aloud with authority, I surround myself with minds that multiply my vision. I attract allies who strengthen my purpose. Together we form a field of unstoppable energy. Through harmony and shared intention, we build the extraordinary. Now imagine this vividly. You sit at a great wooden table, the air charged with purpose. Around you are figures of wisdom, strength, and clarity, each one representing a quality you desire to master. Their presence is silent but powerful. You exchange no words, yet your thoughts begin to expand. Your ideas sharpen, your confidence deepens. You feel the invisible current of unity, lifting you higher, connecting you to something greater than yourself. This is the mastermind, where thought becomes amplified and energy becomes exponential. It is the invisible council of success, the sacred alliance of minds tuned to a single frequency, growth, achievement, and creation. Remember this timeless truth. Your results reflect your circle. Surround yourself with those who think in terms of abundance, not limitation, builders, not doubters, dreamers who act, not talk. For when you harmonize with greatness, greatness cannot help but find you. The 10th declaration is, I channel desire into creative production. Within every human being lies a reservoir of immense power, the force of desire. It is the same energy that builds civilizations, composes symphonies, writes books, creates fortunes, and moves nations. Yet, in the undirected mind, that same power scatters, wasted in indulgence, distraction, and fleeting pleasure. The great secret understood by few is the transmutation of sexual energy, the art of converting raw desire into creative genius. Desire is not to be suppressed. It is to be refined, redirected. It is the spark of life itself. When you master it, you stop being ruled by impulse and begin to command inspiration. The energy that once sought expression through the senses now flows through your imagination, your purpose, your work. It becomes vision made visible. Napoleon Hill called this the greatest single discovery among all the principles of success, that the same force which drives passion can, when disciplined, drive achievement. The men and women who changed history were not devoid of desire. They were masters of it. They learned to raise it from the physical to the creative, from the personal to the universal. Now affirm with conviction, I channel desire into creative production. My passion becomes power. My energy is sacred fuel for creation. I do not waste it. I direct it. Now see this clearly in your mind. A current of golden light moves through your body. It rises from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, illuminating every cell. The warmth is not chaos. It is focus. It is the transformation of raw force into refined purpose. You feel yourself becoming a vessel of pure creative energy, calm yet powerful, restrained yet radiant. In this state, your mind is sharp, your ideas flow freely, your hands move with purpose. The same force that once pulled you outward now drives you inward, toward mastery, toward creation, toward lasting legacy. Understand this. Every great achievement is born of transmuted desire. When your passion finds direction, it becomes unstoppable. What others waste in indulgence, you invest in building, writing, creating, achieving. You become not a slave to desire, but its architect, shaping it, channeling it, commanding it. And in that mastery, you discover the greatest secret of all. Energy does not need to be controlled, only guided. When your heart burns with purpose and your body obeys the mind, you become an instrument of creation itself. The 11th declaration is, my night programs my day. My morning confirms the script. The subconscious mind is the silent engine of destiny. It never sleeps, it never questions, and it never argues. Whatever you impress upon it with emotion and repetition, it accepts as truth, and then it moves heaven and earth to make it real. While the conscious mind debates and delays, the subconscious executes with absolute obedience. Every thought you fall asleep with becomes a seed planted in fertile soil. The mind, like a garden, produces what is sown, not what is desired in passing, but what is felt deeply, vividly, repeatedly. That is why the moments before sleep are sacred. They are the gateway between imagination and manifestation. When you end your day with faith instead of fear, gratitude instead of complaint, your subconscious spends the night constructing conditions to match that vibration. Napoleon Hill taught that the subconscious mind works continuously while you are awake and while you sleep. It draws upon the infinite intelligence of the universe, assembling ideas, people, and events to reflect your dominant thoughts. The wise man understands this and treats his mind as both a workshop and a temple. Now declare with complete assurance, my night programs my day, my morning confirms the script. As I rest, my mind aligns with my highest vision. As I rise, I act in harmony with what I have already created. My subconscious is my silent partner in success. Visualize now. It is night. You lie in your bed and your body grows still. But your mind, your deeper mind, begins its work. You see your future in motion, the places, the faces, the success that already belongs to you. You do not chase it, you remember it. You drift into sleep with certainty as if returning to a home already built, and then morning comes. The air feels different. The world seems to lean toward you. What was imagined last night begins to take form today. Each action, each coincidence, each whisper of intuition is proof that your subconscious has followed your command. Understand this truth. You are never off duty. Even in sleep, your mind builds. Even in silence, it speaks to the infinite. When you master your nighttime thoughts, you master your tomorrows. So tonight, before you close your eyes, write your script, and when you wake, live it. The 12th declaration is, I guard my focus as a millionaire guards his fortune. Your mind is your greatest asset, the command center of every creation, every success, every empire ever built. Yet most men treat their attention as if it were endless, scattering it across distractions, noise, and trivial pursuits. But the wise understand this law. Whatever captures your attention captures your life. The brain is not a storage device. It is a transmitter and receiver of thought. It vibrates at the frequency of your dominant focus. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, results grow. To protect your focus, then, is not an act of defense. It is an act of wealth creation. Distraction is the enemy of destiny. Every time you allow your focus to fracture, you trade gold for dust. The average man spends his attention cheaply. The master invests it wisely, on study, on work, on silence, on creation. He does not chase 1,000 ideas. He builds one with precision until it becomes unshakable. Now speak with calm power. I guard my focus as a millionaire guards his fortune. My attention is sacred, and I spend it with intention. What I focus on expands. What I ignore dissolves. I choose clarity over noise, mastery over distraction. Now visualize this. You stand within a vault made of light. Inside it lies your attention, pure, radiant, priceless. Around you shadows move, calling for you to look, to listen, to wander, but you do not move. You know that every glance, every unnecessary thought, every wasted second leaks power, so you close the vault door. The world falls silent, and in that silence, your energy condenses, sharp, precise, unstoppable. You begin to work, to think, to create, and your focus feels like fire. Every thought hits its mark. Every action carries weight. Time stretches and bends to your will. because you are no longer scattered. You are singular. Understand this eternal truth. The man who controls his focus controls his world. Wealth, invention, genius, and peace all spring from the same source. A mind unbroken by distraction. Protect it. Guard it. Treat every minute of attention as a coin from a sacred treasury. For when your focus is whole, your power is absolute. The 13th declaration is, I honor my intuitions, and I support them with action. There exists a wisdom beyond reason, a quiet voice that speaks not in words, but in certainty. Napoleon Hill called it the sixth sense, the faculty through which infinite intelligence whispers its guidance to those prepared to listen. It is not superstition nor accident. It is the highest expression of harmony between the conscious and the subconscious mind. Intuition is the language of alignment. It does not shout. It does not argue. It simply knows. It appears as a nudge, a sudden thought, a calm conviction that feels older than logic itself. But intuition, unacted upon, dies in silence. To honor it, you must move, for only through action does insight prove its truth. The greatest creators, inventors, and leaders in history learned to trust this inner compass. They combined logic with intuition, reason with revelation. They understood that when a man's mind is disciplined and his heart is clean, he becomes a receiver for divine direction. Now declare with deep certainty, I honor my intuitions, and I support them with action. I am guided by wisdom deeper than thought. I act upon inspired ideas immediately and with faith. The universe speaks to me because I have learned to listen. Now close your eyes and see this. You are standing in stillness, the world quiet, your breath steady. Within the silence, a thought arises, clear, direct, undeniable. It feels not like something new, but something remembered. You smile because you know this is your next step. You move with faith, not because you see the entire path, but because you trust the hand that guides you. Every decision led by intuition strengthens the bridge between you and infinite intelligence. With each act of trust, the signal grows clearer. Coincidences begin to appear. Doors open with ease. People and opportunities arrive with perfect timing. You begin to live as if life itself were collaborating with you, because it is. Remember, intuition rewards the disciplined mind. It does not visit the chaotic, nor serve the indecisive. It speaks to the calm, the focused, the faithful, those who act when others hesitate. When logic reaches its limits, intuition takes command. And when faith meets action, miracles cease to be miracles. They become methods. Close your eyes, my friend. Slow your breathing. 5 counts in, 5 counts out. Let your chest rise and fall with calm certainty, as if each breath were the turning of a great wheel. Now imagine yourself standing at the base of a vast mountain. The air is clear, sharp, alive. Above you, the peak gleams in the distance, not of stone, but of purpose. This mountain is called definite desire. Every soul who seeks greatness must climb it. Few ever begin. The path before you is narrow, carved by those who dared to dream and to act. Along the way are 13 doors, each one marking a principle, a power you have awakened within yourself. Your journey will take you through them, one by one. Take your first step. The ground beneath your feet feels firm, ancient, like it remembers the footsteps of those who came before. You reach the first door, purpose. On its surface, your goal is written in golden letters. You touch it with your hand, and it feels warm, alive. You whisper your aim aloud, and the door opens. Behind it, you see yourself in motion, walking with clarity, certain of direction. You feel the satisfaction of knowing why you rise each morning. You continue upward. The second door, faith. A soft light glows from within. As you open it, you see yourself acting boldly. Even when no proof appears, you sense a deep peace, the kind that comes only from believing in something unseen yet certain. Step higher. The third door, autosuggestion. Carved upon it are the words you speak daily. You open the door and hear your own voice echo. I am capable. I am guided. I am victorious. The sound fills you, rewriting every doubt. The fourth, specialized knowledge. Within you see yourself studying by candlelight, mastering a skill with devotion and discipline. Each page you turn, each thought you refine, becomes a brick in the structure of your fortune. The fifth, imagination. When the door swings open, you see yourself creating, not with your hands, but with your mind. Ideas swirl like sparks in the dark, forming bridges between dreams and reality. You smile, knowing this is how all great things begin. The sixth, organized planning. Inside, your vision becomes blueprint. You see lists, dates, steps. The abstract becomes tangible. You feel the power of structure, the secret rhythm behind every masterpiece. The seventh, decision. This door is heavy, carved from iron. You push it open, and the sound echoes through the valley. Inside, you stand tall, unshaken, choosing without hesitation. You feel the world itself aligned to your command. The eighth, persistence. You walk into wind and rain, your clothes torn, your muscles burning, but your eyes, they do not waver. And then, through the storm, you glimpse sunlight. You understand no force on earth can stop a man who refuses to stop himself. The ninth, the mastermind. You enter a hall where others sit, men and women of vision, wisdom, courage. They nod as you arrive. Their thoughts blend with yours, forming a pulse of shared intention. You leave that room 10 times stronger than when you entered. The 10th, transmutation. Behind it, you find a fountain of golden energy rising from deep within you. You guide it upward, into your heart, into your mind. Desire becomes creation. Passion becomes progress. You feel purified, powerful, calm. The 11th, the subconscious mind. This chamber is silent, vast. You see yourself asleep, yet your mind is awake, building, connecting, designing the days to come. You realize that even in stillness, you are creating. The 12th, the controlled brain. The air here hums like a living instrument. Thoughts move in perfect harmony. You focus on a single point of light, and it grows, sharpens, expands. Every distraction falls away. You know now, focus is wealth. The 13th, the sixth sense. The final door stands before you, tall, radiant. You open it slowly. A soft wind passes through you. In the center of the room, there is no sound, no voice, only knowing. You understand that every step you've taken has led you here to the quiet certainty that the universe walks beside you. Now step beyond that last door. At the summit, you find a stone altar. On it lies a single page. Upon that page, write in your mind your definite desire, the one aim that burns brighter than all others. Beneath it, write the date by which you will see it fulfilled. Feel your hand sign your name across the page. As the ink dries, a golden light sweeps across the mountain, sealing your vow to yourself. Now stand tall, breathe deeply. 5 in, 5 out. You have walked the mountain. You have opened the 13 doors. You have written your destiny in the language of the mind. From this moment forward, let every thought, every word, and every act confirm that promise. And know this: your desire, once defined, is no longer a wish. It is a command. As the golden light fades from the summit, your eyes slowly open. You return to the room, yet something within you remains on that mountain, clearer, stronger, awakened. Now listen closely, for what you have just envisioned, others have already lived. Real men and women who took these same principles, spoke these same words, and turned thought into substance. Their stories are the proof that imagination, when joined with action, becomes reality. Let us begin with the first. He was a craftsman by heart, a man with ideas but no motion. For years, his notebooks filled with inventions, business plans, and sketches that never saw daylight. Each night he whispered, "Someday," but someday never came. His greatest pain was knowing he had the vision, yet lacked the will to decide. One morning, he began his routine of declarations. "I move today with a definite purpose. I close the doors to doubt and move forward. I am more persistent than any obstacle." Every dawn, he repeated these words, and each night he visualized his hands signing contracts, his work bringing value to others. Slowly, his mind stopped playing the old record of hesitation. Then came what I have always called the bridge of incidents. A friend he hadn't spoken to in years sent a letter mentioning an exhibition for small inventors. He almost dismissed it, almost. But something inside said, "Go." He trusted that voice, the sixth sense, and took his first public step. Within weeks, his product drew attention. Within months, orders began to arrive. He now earns $12,000 a month, a figure once buried in his imagination. His lesson: decision is the birthplace of riches. He learned that wealth is not first earned in the bank. It is earned in the mind when one decides to act. And now, listen to the next. She was a student from a small town, working nights to pay tuition, her eyes often red with exhaustion. Her dream was clear: to study abroad, but her belief was weak. It's impossible, she thought. People like me don't get those chances. Then she found the 13 declarations and made them her nightly ritual. Before bed, she whispered, "My night programs my day. My morning confirms the script." She saw herself stepping off a train in a foreign land, feeling confident and capable. Each morning, she acted as if that dream were already real. The bridge of incidents appeared in subtle ways. A professor mentioned a little-known scholarship that perfectly matched her studies. A friend helped her draft her application essay. The dates aligned with precision. What others called coincidence, she recognized as design. 30 days after beginning her routine, she received a letter sealed with gold. She had been granted a full scholarship to a university overseas. The measurable result: her life transformed by a single month of directed faith. Her lesson: faith, when applied, becomes fact. She discovered that when the subconscious is trained, destiny bends to meet it. And now, let us move to another, one who sold ideas for a living, yet first had to sell belief to himself. He was a salesman by profession, but not by spirit. Each rejection felt personal. Each failed call chipped at his confidence. His numbers fell until his manager warned him, "One more bad month and you're finished." That night, instead of despair, he reached for discipline. He recited the declarations of decision and persistence. "I close the doors to doubt and move forward. I am more persistent than any obstacle." He visualized each sale completed, the handshake, the signature, the gratitude in the client's eyes. Days later, he faced a client known for refusing every offer. But this time, he stood taller, his tone calm, his eyes certain. The man listened. The meeting ended with a sale, then another, then 10 more. Within 6 weeks, his conversion rate had tripled. The bridge of incidents had been built through persistence, call by call, refusal by refusal, until resistance broke. He ended the quarter as the top salesman in his division. His lesson: action dissolves fear. The world steps aside for the man who knows where he is going and keeps walking. And finally, listen to this one: a story of the body transformed through the mind. He was a father of 2, trapped in fatigue, overweight by 18 kilograms, and convinced that age had won. His greatest enemy was comfort, the quiet voice that said, "Tomorrow." One evening, he began his mental training. "My plan of the day translates dreams into tasks. I surround myself with minds that multiply my vision." He wrote a schedule, simple yet sacred, rising early, walking, eating with intention, and reporting his progress to a small group of like-minded friends, his personal mastermind alliance. At first, progress was slow, but he persisted. The group held him accountable. Their belief became his. Each week, he visualized himself stronger, lighter, disciplined. 6 months later, the scale showed the truth: 18 kilograms gone, energy restored, confidence reborn. His bridge of incidents was not dramatic. It was daily. Tiny victories stacked into triumph. His lesson: success is a plan lived with persistence. He discovered that transformation is not a burst of effort, but the steady rhythm of organized planning applied with faith. And now, as we close this session, take a moment to breathe deeply, slowly. You have walked the mountain of desire, crossed the bridge of incidents, and witnessed proof that thought, when joined with faith, becomes fact. What you have heard today is not philosophy. It is law. And this law responds only to one command: action. So before you leave, I invite you to take that first step, the step of declaration, because when you declare your intention publicly, you seal it. You move it from thought into form. You tell your subconscious, "This is who I am now." So write it below. Let the universe see your decision. Type these words in the comments: "I am ready to receive." Do not whisper it. Do not postpone it. Declare it. For the moment you do, the invisible forces that have been waiting for your command will begin to move in your favor. Remember, success is never an accident. It begins with one thought made definite, one belief made firm, and one action made today. Now lift your head, breathe in faith, and walk in certainty. Your future is no longer waiting. It has already begun.